and kind of fend it for myself. I had to scavenger for food at a garbage can sometimes, and there was this cute old man that lived across the desert, and as a little girl it was a long ways away. And I'd trudge through this desert and he would give me a glass of milk with bread, and I'd break the bread up and put it inside the cup, and that was kind of my meal. And so finally one day the babysitter was moving and she turned me into the state. When I got to the orphanage, I was very malnourished and I had pneumonia and I was put into the hospital when I first got there and spent like a week or so in the hospital. When my adoptive family, my parents, came to the orphanage, my mother walked in the room and I saw her and I knew. I ran up to her and I wrapped my arms around her leg and I said, "Mommy, Mommy, please take me home." And I knew she was my mother. And so I had an amazing life, and I was grateful to have wonderful adoptive parents that have been very supportive. I always knew that my father was from India. As a little girl, I would dream sometimes that I was an Indian princess and somebody would come and rescue me. Not that I needed rescued, but you know how little kids are, you would just kind of dream that. And so I always thought I was like an Indian princess and that someday I would learn my Indian heritage. So my parents came to me and they said, "Denise, we think that it's time for you to maybe find your biological family. We're getting older and we want to remember the things that we remember to see if we can help you." They ended up finally calling this one phone number, and it ended up being my biological mother's brother, so it was my uncle. His name is Kevin. And they said, "Do you know a little girl named Denise?" And he says, "That's my sister's little girl, and we've been looking for her for years." And so I was able to find my biological mother. My sister had always just prayed and prayed that I would come looking for her, and so it was really emotional for her. She was the oldest, and she always just wondered what happened to her baby sister. And so it was really an emotional thing to be able to find them. As the story goes along, I kind of lived my life. I had 5 beautiful children. Always in the back of my mind, I just had this burning desire to find out about my Indian heritage. I just felt a connection to the Indian people. I wanted to know more about their traditions. I wanted to be able to find my father, and I just didn't know how to do it. As I was on my quest to find my Indian heritage, I decided to take an ancestry DNA test. A knowledge, I've been able to find out that my grandfather was a colonel in the British Army over in India, and I found out that what part of India I'm from, Punjab, and the city of Ludhiana. This is where my family and ancestry came from. I have this desire to just find out more and more about the Indian people and be able to feel connected to them. I already feel connected. My soul yearns for it. Then some friends introduced me to the Family History Guide, an amazing tool that helps with any part of family history, and all for free. This is a gold mine. I found that it is step-by-step instructions to help me find out more about my family. I have been hoping to find more information for so long. I am the perfect example of not knowing where to go and how to put all the puzzle pieces together. I did need this guide. Everything from creating my part of the family tree on Family Search and how to include both my biological and adoptive families and how to preserve memories is right there. What I'm most excited about is the countries section. I can go right to India and find information and resources to do research. I can translate the site into all major Indian languages. Even though I knew I couldn't travel to my homeland right away, the Family History Guide can virtually take me there. I can feel India in my soul. I am still on a journey. I'm on a journey to find family, relatives, and I'm excited to find more ways to connect with my Indian heritage.